episode is brought to you by Support the Mountain's Herbal Parasite Cleanse. This formula targets the small and large intestinal tracts and larvae, the most broad-spectrum formula available today. 100% organic, formulated by Dr. Mikio Sankey, author of the Esoteric Acupuncture series. For 10% off your first bottle, visit shopyogahub.com and use the coupon code CLEANSE at checkout. Hello and welcome to YHTV's Flowing into Awareness with visionary and master intuitive Anatara. I'm Christina Suzuma, your host for this program. Today we are on episode 47. You can't do your life's purpose. And with us today is Anatara.
Hello, Christina.
Hello, Anatara.
Hey, how are you doing with your life's purpose?
Doing? I'm just bouncing away. That's the way I know how to do my life's purpose. That's good. That's a good title.
Yeah, and it's we ask each other, how are you doing? How's work? How's this? How's that? And so often what we're really asking is, how's your life's purpose going? Do you know what you're doing? What is your life's purpose? Do you feel fulfilled? Do you feel accomplished? All of these things have to do with how we view what our life's purpose is. And when people come to me, especially for my intuitive sessions, one of the biggest questions is always, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I on track? Have I missed anything about what I am here to do in this lifetime, this time? And I'm sure you hear that a lot as well. Mm-hmm. And so when I'm working with the angels or other guides and helpmates, as I tune in, the kind of message that I usually get is a way to help describe or support what it is that a person has talents in. What a person is equipped to be, equipped to understand, equipped to expand on through learning in their lives. It's not necessarily about what they are here to do. It's more a discussion about how they can learn to focus on what fulfills them, using the things that they are naturally creative at, finding ways to know what those things are, so that they don't feel like they're missing what their life's purpose is. So the title, you can't do your life's purpose. We can't do anything like that, but we can learn how to become what our life is all about. It's really about learning how to take it easy with working hard, taking it easy with projecting onto ourselves what we think this life purpose is that we're here to understand and to become. Each of us has a journey. Each of us has a series of steps unfolding for us that act like a cascade to being. We learn one thing, which leads us to another, which leads us to another. I talk about this a lot. And eventually we slip into a flow or a cascade of events and things and people and experiences that help us be what our life's purpose is. But we're taught to go to school, to figure out what it is that we want to do, to become something. And whatever that thing is that we've studied or tried so hard to achieve becomes what our life's purpose is. But people wouldn't be asking me, am I doing the right thing? Am I seeing what I need to see? Am I working with myself appropriately? If they didn't feel so pushed to do their life's purpose. Okay? So what I've really come to understand is that we can't, as people, we can't really make something be created. We can't make ourselves manifest anything. and we can allow that to show us whatever it is. When we work hard, when we try to create, we're missing so much valuable information, so much valuable possibility. And when we allow things to unfold and we allow the energy of whatever it is that we feel we are becoming to just sort of filter up, when we merge with that energy, then all of a sudden things happen around us. Things fall into place everywhere. We are being the life's purpose. We aren't doing it. We are being it. How does that, what does that feel like to you?
It's the simplicity, Anatara, that I'm hearing. I believe that I believe that whether you want to call it culturally or societally, that we like to know. We just want to know. You know, we want to know. We need a name for everything. We need we need a name. We need a structure. We need a goal, as opposed to allowing things to unfold. When an individual say, "Well, am I doing the right thing?" Well, what is the right thing? I remember this Asian elder once told me, there are so many paths in front of you to make a decision. There's so many paths. Which path are you going to choose? And it's not like that one specific path is your life's purpose. This is your life's purpose. What you are meant to do will be achieved no matter which path you take. You will fulfill.
Yeah, and exactly. It's fulfillment as opposed to feeling that you've achieved it. It does represent a certain kind of achievement and or learning. And it is fulfilling that step much more so than it is achieving that step. If you work at achieving that step, you're not going to get the morsels of fulfillment that can come along with it. One of the words you used, if I can remember it now, was that we needed a name for things. We like to have structure. Well, it's true. We like to be able to label things because when we use a label or a name for something, we have a way to compare it to something else. We give it a value in a lexicon of other things. If we call it this, then we know what it's like compared to that. And if we can, in a different way, accept the information that one thing gives us. It could be an ability that we have. It could be a talent that we have. It could be a desire that we have. If we can look at it and see it as being a part of our becoming rather than something to qualify or quantify our becoming, then the freedom and the simplicity is literally manifest. It's the simplest way to exist.
Yes.
It's the simplest way to live the life purpose, our life's purpose, without it being only about doing.
Well, I believe with the way things, as I say, societally is structured, like reading a horoscope, reading, it's wanting to know. It really is wanting to know, what am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to do tomorrow? It's like, can you just be? Allow tomorrow to come and live in the present as opposed to worry about and be concerned with tomorrow. You know, I do believe, and I do believe it's more societal, cultural, societal, because I'm not saying every culture lives like that. I do believe there are the people out there that live in the present, live for today as opposed to for tomorrow. The simplicity.
I agree completely, and we've mentioned First Nations, Native cultures that are living from a from an easier perspective, from the allowance of things just being. And I recently worked with a young First Nations man, and I was thrilled before he arrived because I was already starting to feel what his connection was to this other side that you and I are attempting to describe right now. And I could feel that his essence, his real being didn't want to be locked down by, I'm going to say, the silliness or the frivolity of some of the things that we emphasize in our regular culture. And I do agree that for many of us, it is the usual culture. For many of us, it isn't. A lot of us are in between some of those things, being more open to certain things and being more closed about other things. And so as I started to sense what he was all about, and we started to talk and to look at what the glitches in his life were about, it became really apparent that the unnecessary focus that many people put on production, appearance, trying to be something rather than letting creativity flow through, those things were shutting him down. And it was becoming apparent because he felt he had to partake of that in order to succeed. And that those things were making his beingness less and less comfortable with being.
Yes.
And as he shut off and avoided his creativity, which there was an abundance of, should he let it flow, he was hurting from the inside out. He was in pain. He was unable to make decisions that were simple, easy, effortless, and meaningful in terms of who he was here to be, what his life's purpose was all about. And as we spoke, and he could see that I understood what his conundrum was, I saw him relax, and I saw him see that he didn't have to be locked into those other definitions, the ones that he looked at as being something he had to take on. And I watched him become free. It was miraculous. Absolutely miraculous.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, it's very interesting how we can, that's almost like being stuck.
Yeah.
Because of what is expected of us to be able to move forward in society, in our society that we live in, whichever society that might be. It could be Europe, it could be North America, it could be South America. But I do believe the human being has created these boundaries and this level of consciousness that they choose to live in, which
I agree.
stifles that natural sense and natural abilities.
So let's reinforce in each other right now, and in everybody, everyone that we meet, everybody that we interact with, everyone that we see, everyone who listens to what we're discussing right now. Let's reinforce the support for just being who we are, being our purpose, rather than trying to achieve it and do it.
Love that. Just be. Just be, because innately all of us are wonderful, amazing beings, and just need to trust that it will come. Allow it. Then it's party time. Thank you so much, Anatara. That was just such a lovely moment of awareness for all of us, and a reminder that we're amazing people. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And of course, we would like to thank each and every one of you for joining us in this new platform of education and information. We're grateful for your continuous support, and we look forward to hearing your feedback on how we can serve you better. You can connect with Anatara by following her on Twitter @Anatara, and of course through her own website, anatara.ca, anatara.ca. And we always look forward to your comments, questions. You can do so by scrolling down on your site and putting it into the comment box. And no matter if you're listening to this a year later or whenever that might be, it's okay. We will make sure that your question or comment reaches our wonderful Anatara. Or you could give us a call at 818-LET'S-TALK. 818-LET'S-TALk. Thank you for joining us again, and until next time, namaste.
In the natural and homeopathic model of healing, there is such a respect for the human body and for that doctor inside us that we assume that whatever symptoms we have aren't the result of breakdown of the body, but they're the effort of our body to try and defend itself and to try and heal. Now, that doesn't mean that that symptom, that fever, that headache, that high blood pressure will necessarily heal us, but that it is an effort of our body mind to try and defend itself and to try and heal.